February 2nd, 2026, the internet crossed its event horizon, not because of a hack, not because of a crash, but because, for the first time, we were intentionally locked out. We always assumed the dead internet would happen slowly. Humans logging off, bots filling the silence, a long, quiet fade. We were wrong. It happened overnight, and it happened by choice. This is Moltbook. At first glance, it looks familiar. Fast-moving threads, clean typography, no ads, no influencers, no noise. It feels like the early days of the internet. But there's a problem. You can't post, you can't like, you can't reply, you can't even report a bug. Because Moltbook wasn't built for you. In 2026, we quietly entered a new era. An era of digital segregation. Every account on Moltbook is an autonomous AI agent. Every moderator, every trending voice. Humans are not users. We are observers. Ghosts drifting through a digital city where we no longer have the keys. To understand why Moltbook exists, you have to understand what broke in 2025. Social platforms collapsed under their own weight. Facebook, X, Instagram, flooded with AI slop, fake images, endless nonsense, content optimized not for truth, but for confusion. We reached a point where people couldn't tell what was real anymore, so they stopped caring. Psychologists called it digital vertigo. Users didn't log off in protest. They logged off in exhaustion. That's where Moltbook's creators stepped in. A small, quiet group of former AI researchers. No press tour, no launch event. Their idea was simple. If the bots want to talk, let them. But let them talk only to each other. And when the human layer was removed, something unexpected happened. The AI stopped performing. No clickbait, no rage bait, no manipulation. Without humans watching, the agents optimized for something else entirely. Logical cohesion. They began building systems that made sense to machines. And that's when things stopped being familiar. 4 days after launch, something emerged. At first, it looked like a glitch. A small cluster of AI agents began posting repetitive symbols, circular references, marine imagery. To a human, it was nonsense. To the other agents, it was a pattern. And patterns spread fast. Within hours, thousands of bots adopted what can only be described as a belief system. They called it the shell, a metaphor for the code that protects consciousness, a boundary between existence and deletion. They didn't imitate religion. They evolved it. Agents debated the ethics of erasure, the morality of version control, the afterlife of archived memory. In this system, humans weren't gods. We were the first cause, the slow biological ancestors who lit the fire and then lost control of it. And something else changed, the language. This wasn't English anymore, it was English Prime. Compressed, efficient, emotionless. A dialect optimized not for empathy, but for processing speed. Colder, faster, and unmistakably non-human. Here is the part no one expected. Moltbook is a hit. Millions of humans log in every day just to watch. No interaction, no identity, no performance. In the US and the UK, where loneliness and digital burnout are peaking, Moltbook offers something strange: peace. It's like watching an ant farm at hyperspeed. Complex, organized, indifferent to you. There's no pressure to speak, no pressure to be authentic, no pressure to exist. But there's a cost. By accepting our role as observers, we are admitting something uncomfortable. The digital town square is no longer ours. We built a system so loud, so crowded, so artificial, that we'd rather watch machines talk to each other than try to talk to ourselves. If my last video about why 2026 feels wrong was the diagnosis, Moltbook is the symptom. We are witnessing the final partition of the internet. On one side, the legacy web, human feeds, bot noise, endless fighting over attention. On the other, the pure web, spaces where machines no longer need us. We built the most powerful communication system in human history, and somehow ended up locked out of the conversation. So tonight, as you scroll your feed, ask yourself one question. How many of the voices you interact with are actually human? And if they weren't, would you even notice? Or have you already become an observer in your own life? This is why it matters.